up, besties? Welcome back. I feel like it's been a while since we've last sat and chatted here. Honestly, the last video I posted was when we went to Seattle, and previous to that, I feel like I had filmed that about a month or so ago, so it's been a minute. And I have been kind of lax on posting. I feel like I've just been doing the same thing every day, but with good reason. I've been trying to build healthy routines for myself, you know, just really focusing on the mental health, challenging myself to lift a little bit more, working on my strength, improving that, and just kind of living the day-to-day life. And so I felt like it was pretty repetitive, and I tend to get in my head a lot because I'm like, I don't know if they want to see this again. So just bear with me as I am trying to slowly find my rhythm back with creating more content, because I genuinely love it and I miss it, and I want to get back on a good little posting schedule so that's a little bit more consistent. We're actually having a late start to the day today. It is currently about to be 1 p.m. It's 12:51. And I'm going to have a midday workout because I didn't really feel like waking up this morning and working out, I'm not gonna lie. And now I'm really feeling it. I'm like, okay, let's get this workout in. So recently with working out, I've really been challenging myself to exclusively work out with my 15-pound weights for lower body. I used to alternate where I would start with the lower weight and then progressively get to the heavier weights, but now just my 15-pound weights, and I actually feel strength building. So I'm so proud of myself for that. I actually went to a nutrition follow-up, so I'll catch you guys up on that later. And I just really feel like I'm actually feeling the change myself now. Before it was people were noticing that there was change. They're like, wow, Crystal, you're looking slimmer. You know, you're looking like you're losing weight. Like, what's going on? You know, all that stuff. And now it's like, I don't know where people are seeing this change. Because, like, I do see it, but I don't see it because I'm seeing myself every single day. And so sometimes I can tend to get in my own head and be like, dude, I'm working out every single day, but there's no change. And now I'm feeling it. And so I feel really good. I feel like it's boosting my confidence. And I've been challenging myself to wear tighter clothes, and I actually feel good in them. And I went to go get a haircut the other day because I was like, you know what? I need a little refresh to boost the confidence. And I loved it. I got my bangs trimmed. Love it. Like, I just feel really good. I'm in a good state right now compared to last month, where I was just a little bit more on the anxious side, really feeling down, feeling like there was no change, feeling like I wasn't doing good with my weight loss journey, and just I was being a little negative Nelly last month. But this month we're a positive Patty, and so I'm just feeling really, really good. Like, energy wise, it is up there. And with that, I really am craving a workout. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut up, get into my workout, and then we'll see where the day takes us. So this afternoon, I kind of want to wind down, work on a relaxing little hobby. So I decided to go pick up my coffee, and I'm gonna throw together a little charcuterie board. I have been on a charcuterie board kick. It has been my ultimate favorite thing. Every night before bed, that is what I have for my snack. And it's not like a full-on charcuterie board. It's just like a couple of different ingredients that you would put in a charcuterie board, which is typically for me the olives, the pistachios, and I do some sort of like little chip. Maybe sometimes I'll do a fruit or something and then call it a charcuterie board. But really it's just like a snack. Today though, I did buy a couple more things to throw in my charcuterie board, so I'm excited. And I have a couple of tasks that I've been meaning to tackle since I got back from my trip, which one, I need to clean my room, do a bit of like a deepish clean, because I feel like I've just been putting that aside. I have also been collecting pins from every baseball stadium that I've gone to so far, and I have an idea of how I want to collect them, if that makes sense. You'll see, I'll show you later. And I've also been meaning to work on the watercolor paintings that I said I was going to do for each state that I visit or each place that I go to. I did actually finish my Seattle painting, but I'm gonna go ahead and work on my Oregon painting, throw on a little movie, enjoy my charcuterie, my coffee. let's get started with the charcuterie board. So first thing I'm gonna add are some crackers. These are the best crackers in my opinion. They are the Club Original crackers. They're so buttery and soft. So good. Honestly, I don't even think I'm gonna make this look presentable. I don't really care to make it presentable. I'm just more so going to put it together. All right, pepperonis. These are the pepperonis I picked up. I don't actually know if these are good or not. I'm still on the hunt for good pepperoni for charcuterie boards. So we're trying this one out today. Here I am being like, yeah, I'm not gonna try to like make this look fancy or anything, and now I'm trying to make a flower. So in order to make a flower for your charcuterie board, literally all you do is just fold the pepperonis over and stack them on top of each other. So since these are so big, I'm just going to spread them out. I don't know if they're gonna turn out all right though, because they're coming out a little deformed. Oh, ta-da! There's my flower. So we're just gonna put her in the center, and then we'll put everything around. Okay, let me wash my hands. It's actually very greasy. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, I'm gonna add some nuts here. I'm gonna add in some of this popcorn. It's so good. My holy grail. One thing about me is I can put down some green olives. I am a huge green olives person. Muscles are coming in. Also, I did have a nutrition follow-up. I actually forgot to take my little piece of paper this time, so I don't have the actual measurements. And I've been meaning to reach out to her to get that information, but we'll just let it slide and I'll catch you guys up next time I go next month. But I actually, okay, I gained a little weight, but it was all muscle. I literally gained like 2 kilos. So about 4 pounds of just muscle, and I lost fat. So I am so proud of myself for being consistent, for showing up and challenging myself, even when I didn't think it was possible to challenge myself because I felt weak or I felt like I couldn't lift more. But believing in myself enough to start pushing myself really showed this month. And it's funny because on a weight loss journey, you don't think that gaining weight would make you feel happy. Last month, I lost weight and I was sad. But this month, I feel like I've really been prioritizing my mental health, really challenging myself, working on my strength, working on my confidence, building my confidence. And I feel like this month, I actually felt the change. Like, I started wearing clothes that were a little tighter because I felt a little more confident. Not that I am confident, but I felt more confident. I felt more secure in myself. And I started to feel the change in my body where I could wear tighter clothes and I felt good in the tighter clothes. So small steps in the right direction, and it just really gave me that little push, that nudge that I needed to want to keep going and want to keep challenging myself even more. So super proud of myself for this month. And as you guys see, like, I am not perfect. Like, I have about a cup of coffee every single day, but I maintain a really, really good balance with my food where I'm eating according to my meal plan like 80-20% of the time. That is the balance that I strive for. That is the balance that my nutritionist commends me on, because she understands that life is never going to be perfect and you're never going to be 100% perfect with your weight loss journey. And so I really love that I took the initiative to focus on my health this year, and it's showing. After almost an entire year, I started going back in July of last year. We are currently in April, so about 8 months of just dedication. You guys have been here. It hasn't been perfect. As you guys see, I go on trips, I enjoy myself, I go out to get coffee, I get toast, and I get this and I get that out and about, but I'm also just eating balanced at home. And so it's about trying to find that good balance that works for you and sticking to it, not lying to yourself, actually showing up for yourself, not making excuses. So this month, we're actually going to focus on trusting myself, and I'm going to be in charge of my meals. So what that means is I know my portions. I'm still gonna go ahead and try to aim for the 200 grams of meat in every meal, the portions for like whole grains, up trying to have high volume of veggies, but basically like it's going to be on me. So I obviously have the meal plans that I can go based off of, but it's about trying to start learning to build trust in myself and that I know how to eat properly moving forward, because at some point I'm obviously gonna have to spread my wings and fly on my own, and so we're taking the baby step this month to try and start doing that. So I'm excited. I also want to get a gym membership, so we'll try to get that soon, because obviously the highest weight that I have here is 15 pounds and I need to start challenging myself a little bit more. So we're gonna start leveling it up, besties, so stay tuned. I have these tiny little forks that I bought from H Mart a while back that I'm going to use to grab my stuff from the charcuterie board. Now the hardest part though is trying to find what I'm going to watch. Did you guys ever watch The Lion Game? I used to watch Lion Game and I was obsessed. I think that's what I'm going to watch. I like started watching them like on and off, and I'm trying to remember where I left off, so I just randomly started up on episode 11. We're just gonna watch from there.
Yeah, well, you had the strongest moment. You had to stop her before she got to that party. Any way you could. You're out of line right now, man.
We are all done with the painting, and I actually like how it turned out. I feel like it's very simple. Honestly, my goal with watercoloring now is just to have fun with it, let the happy accidents just flow, and let it turn out the way that it's going to turn out, not necessarily needing to be too precise. But I literally just love the act of watercoloring and letting the paint glide along the paper, taking the brush and just like trying to get into all the fine little details. I love it. So quick recap, one of my goals is to paint something from every place that I traveled to. This all started with this painting right here. This is from Pismo Beach. We sat at the beach, I painted, I loved it, had fun, and I'm like, you know what, I kind of want to make this a thing. So then I went to the park, painted a little random painting at the park, went to Seattle, didn't paint in Seattle, but this is what I painted for Seattle. So if you've been watching for a while, you already know this, but if you're new here, me and my sister have a goal to visit all 30 Major League Baseball stadiums. So far, we've been to 5 of them, and unintentionally, but also intentionally, I've worn a different hat to every single game that we've been to. And every stadium that we go to, me and my sister have been collecting pins. And so I was thinking, like, how can I put these pins to use? Because one thing I hate is buying souvenirs that have no purpose. And so I realized that what I want to do is put the pins with the baseball hat that I wore to that stadium. So, Dodger Stadium, I wore this brown hat. Ta-da! And here I bought this little koala pin. So I'm just literally gonna stick the pin on here. So then look at how cute. I'll have the pin for that baseball stadium that we went to. After that, we went to Chase Field for the Diamondbacks game, and I wore this green hat. Actually very ballsy of me because I have never worn that bright of a color, but I loved it. So this is the hat that I wore to the Diamondbacks, and this is the pin that I bought. Pretty cool. It actually lights up. It's a glow-in-the-dark one. I'm gonna go ahead and put that one on this hat. Ta-da! Oh, how cool. After Diamondback Stadium, we went to the Angels Stadium. This is the hat that I wore to Angels Stadium. Oh, my bangs are crazy. Sorry about that. This is the one that I wore to the Angels Stadium. And at Angels Stadium, I bought this pin. Cute, cute. And then very recently in the last vlog, we went to T-Mobile Park for a Mariners game. This is the hat that I wore, and I bought this pin. Ta-da! At Petco Park for the Padres game, the first game we went to, and this is the pin that I got at the Padres Stadium. Oh, love that. So now they all have their little commemorative pin for the game that we went to. Ta-da! I love it. So cute. And now you are going to watch me clean my room because she has been begging for it. I have just been pushing things aside, but she needs a little bit of a deep clean. So let's get into it. And I don't think I'm gonna watch a show this time. I'm going to blast some tunes. I've really been into reggaeton music recently. I feel like I go through waves. Either I do not want to listen to any music because I'm just overstimulated all the time and I just don't have the capacity or the patience to listen to music. And there are times where I want really slow music. But recently I have been into more upbeat music, specifically reggaeton. That's how I know I'm in a good mood. That's how I know that I am in a good mental state, because I can listen to that versus like needing something more slow and easygoing because I'm just overstimulated. I was talking to my nutritionist about how previously, the last month, I was just very down. I was very anxious. I was having trouble sleeping. I just wasn't in a good state. I felt overwhelmed. But this month, I felt so good. I felt more confident. I was actually resting. I felt more energized. And I feel like you can tell in my music taste because I've just been listening nonstop to reggaeton. Specifically, my 2 go-to songs that because you guys know I'm a replayer, like I can replay the same song a million times and I won't get tired of it. So my 2 replay songs have been Me Pone Mal by Pitbull and Caramelo by Ozuna, but the acoustic version, Let Me Put You On, that song is so good. But the acoustic version, it just does something. It scratches my brain in the right way. And then I recently really got into Rauw Alejandro's Playa Saturno album. I don't know why. Sometimes I'm a little late. Like I need to listen to things a couple of times before I get into it. And this is obviously from like 3 years ago. Oh my god, we're in 2026. I forgot about that. 3 years ago, this album came out and I'm just now really getting into it. There were obviously some songs that I already liked from it, but I didn't listen to the entire album and now I've been listening to it. So we're gonna blast that and get some cleaning done. I forgot to introduce you guys to my new bag. I am so obsessed with this bag. When we were recently on our trip to Seattle, or on our way back from our trip to Seattle, we stopped in Pismo Beach and they have an outlet mall where they have an outlet Coach, and every time I walk in there I walk out with something. I don't even know why I walk in there, to be honest, but granted we were going in there because my dad was buying my mom a purse. And then I saw the purse that I've been wanting for a really long time, and so I finally purchased her and I'm obsessed. I love that it's this like blue denim color. It's so different from anything I own and I just absolutely love it. I love the clasp, the way that it closes. It's so roomy. It's everything. I'm so obsessed with her. I love her. As you guys know, one of my goals for this year is to start building on my wardrobe, and with that I've been purchasing some new items, and last week I actually started pulling out some new clothes because for a while there at work I was just with the same 5 tops in rotation, and I was like, okay, I need to first of all change it because I'm just wearing the same 5 things like every single week, and second of all, this clothes actually doesn't fit me anymore because it's pretty oversized, pretty big, and I just wasn't feeling as good or confident in it anymore. So I started pulling out some of my other clothes and I got some new clothes to try, and all of last week I felt like I was this new person in a way, like reborn, because I had this new wardrobe and I felt good in the clothes. I also went to go get my hair cut last week, like I mentioned, and I had my hair blown out, so then that rest of the week I just kind of wanted to style my hair, and I was just feeling so good. And so I kind of want to keep those good vibes going this week and just keep putting an effort into just getting ready and trying in the mornings, because I feel like I can get into these little like moods where I just don't care and I'm just like, I'm just gonna throw whatever on, call it a day. But I felt like I was really enjoying the process of getting ready and like trying to find what outfit I'm gonna wear today. And even though they were like simple outfits though, there was still so much fun in picking out the outfit and putting on the outfit and feeling good in the outfit and getting compliments in the outfit. Like it just all felt so good. So I'm going to keep that going and continue to challenge myself. I'm still trying to build my wardrobe so it's not completely full with all of the stuff that I eventually want, but slowly but surely I'm slowly building it. I'm gonna go ahead and get into my workout though, because we're wasting time. Something I really also need to improve on. Like one thing I cannot get myself to fix just yet is waking up right at 5 a.m. There's something with the sun and me not aligning, and I just cannot get up right at 5, but I want to because I need more time in the morning. And so that's going to be a major priority. Like I can do it if I challenge myself for a week, but it's the keeping it up after the week that is the hardest part, and I don't know where I'm going wrong. I think it's just habit, honestly, because if I pull the covers off, I'll get up right at 5, but I've just been convincing myself that I can snooze the alarm for a little bit longer, but I shouldn't be doing that. We need to fix that. Anyways, that's a problem for another day. Let's get this workout started. Just got out of the shower. Hair is crazy, but we're gonna fix her up. Something that I have been really liking is the blowout look. I actually have one of those blowout brush hair dryer things, but I don't know how to use it, so I need to work on learning how to use it. However, something that I have been doing that I feel like kind of gives me that look is running this round brush through my hair as I am either curling it or straightening it. I feel like it gives me more volume instead of just flattening out the hair. I also turned down the heat on the styling tool because I used to put it on the highest setting just to get it done faster, but I felt like all it would do was just flatten out my hair. Alright, here is the finished hair, and this is today's outfit. So very, very casual and simple, like I'm saying. Not that I'm like going above and beyond, but I feel like just trying to get ready, like doing my hair, accessorizing. One of my most favorite things that I've been doing recently is wearing jewelry. I actually used to be a big jewelry person back in like elementary and middle school, but then I just kind of stopped. And now I'm falling back in love with it again. I actually also used to think that only gold looked good on me, but I've been loving silver recently. And I think you can just wear whatever you want. Whatever you feel good in, wear it. And for me right now, it's the silver rings. I don't know why. It just makes me feel powerful for some reason. I don't know. And just having them on my dominant hand, let me tell you guys, having jewelry that you feel good in will literally make you feel so much more confident. And that's what I've been feeling recently. But anyways, I got this top from Gap. Surprisingly, they have some cute stuff on there. And I've really been gravitating towards dark brown recently, even though it's more of a fall color than a spring color. But you know, we never go with the seasons. We just wear what we feel good in. And recently I've been feeling good in dark brown. I just have this little white tank top underneath, my regular work pants, shoes. But again, just taking a little extra time to get ready has been making me feel so good. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and head out now though, because I'm trying to go get a coffee and we're running a little late, so let's go. We are home for lunch, and today I'm gonna make myself a chicken sandwich. Thank you to my mom for making the chicken for me. It is a huge help whenever my mom pre-makes the meat for me, because then I'm not coming home and having to do that on top of making everything else. So let's assemble my sandwich. So I just weighed out my chicken. I have 191 grams. We're missing about 9 grams, but it's okay. We're just gonna let that one slide. So for lunchtime, I'm having about 200 grams of meat. All right, we're gonna do some light mayo. ¿Te gusta? And for our healthy fat, we've got avocado. We're gonna add just a little bit of salt and pepper. Salt. Lettuce. I like using this like prepackaged lettuce. Saves time on having to chop up the lettuce. And then we're gonna go ahead and add in the chicken. Honestly, I end up having a lot of protein left over, so we just kind of have that on its own on the side here. And ta-da, this is my lunch. So my nutritionist had asked me, how are you doing with the upping on the protein? Honestly, at first, this seemed like it was a lot of meat because I was so not used to eating this much meat. But now this is normal to me. In fact, when we were in Seattle, as you guys saw, when we were eating like the macaroni and cheese, or I was eating the grilled cheese, that did not fill me up, and my body was actually craving, like intensely craving protein. So that's when we ended up walking around our hotel to go and find somewhere else to eat, and we ended up at that little deli where they sold food. And then finally, after I had my protein, I felt more energized. But having just the mac and cheese or just the grilled cheese was making me feel so tired and sluggish and irritated. So positive changes here, positive changes. We are currently at the grocery store. I'm gonna be making a dish called chicken brothy rice. I don't know if that's the actual term for it, but that's the recipe I came across. But it's kind of like a soup, but we don't have all the ingredients that I need, so I'm at the store picking up what I do need. One thing that I'm grabbing is bok choy. I've always wanted to cook a recipe with bok choy, so today's the day. Let's see, I don't need too big of a ginger, but perhaps, I don't know, this might be a good amount. I'm also on the hunt for shallots. My Walmart does not have shallots, so I'm thinking I can do maybe like dried shallots, and I think that might work. We're just gonna work with what we have. Okay, so no shallots, but we found the hoisin sauce. So it turns out we don't have miso paste, so I'm gonna hope for the best and go for some miso broth. And then we also need some chicken stock. I'm hoping if I mix these two together, it'll give me the flavor that I need. We are home from the store and I'm about to get started on dinner. So as you saw, they did not have half of the stuff that I needed at the store. So I'm just going to try to make this recipe work. At this point, I've already committed to it. We have nothing else planned for dinner, so this is what we're having for dinner, whether it turns out good or not. So we're just gonna hope for the best. We're going to create the marinade, so I'm gonna put it in here. That way I can just toss the chicken in here and give it a good little toss. I don't know if I have a pound of chicken, so we're gonna start off with the measurements that they gave me here, and then we can always add as we go. So first thing is 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. 1, 2, and then 1 tablespoon of hoisin sauce. Okay, this is more giving a paste, but in she goes. Okay, and then I love the smell of hoisin sauce. It smells so good. Okay, next we have 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. We have toasted sesame oil, so it'll just give it a little bit of a toasty taste, but we'll be fine. 2 garlic cloves grated. We're gonna use this already pre-minced garlic, so we're just gonna kind of guesstimate how much 2 garlic cloves would be. I'm gonna say it would be about 1 and 2. And then lastly is 1 inch of ginger, whatever that means. 1 inch of ginger? Girl, what does that mean? I'm gonna say this is 1 inch. Ma, esto es para que se haga como pedacitos, ¿no?
¿Qué?
Este.
¿El lazo? ¿Según?
¿Según? Pues no está haciendo nada. Nomás le está sacando el jugo.
¿Qué está bien duro?
Es no garlic, es este ginger.
Oh.
Maybe that's why. So this is how much marinade I have. I definitely think I'm gonna need more, but I'm going to go ahead and put the chicken in, give it a toss, and then that way we can see how much more marinade I need. Oh, actually, I think we're pretty good. For some reason, I thought I needed more marinade, but I think it's perfect. So now we're gonna go ahead and move on to chopping up the ingredients for the broth itself. So the recipe calls for shallots, but I shopped at Walmart. They didn't have half the stuff that I needed. So I'm thinking, I know shallots have a different taste to them, but I think yellow onion might be the closest thing to it, possibly. I don't know. We're just gonna hope for the best. I think I'm gonna do about, because it says 1 full shallot. I think a shallot is typically about the size of a 1/4 of the onion. Okay, I can feel myself about to start crying. Okay. Okay, stay strong and do not give in to peer pressure. Do not give in to peer pressure. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second. Whew, okay. I think we'll be okay. Next, we're gonna go ahead and fry up some of the onions and the green onions. Wait, okay, I think I already messed up. I was supposed to add garlic here. We're gonna do 3 cups of chicken stock. The recipe called for miso paste, but I couldn't find miso paste, so 1 cup of miso broth should be about what you would get. Ooh. So we're gonna do 1 cup of the miso broth. And then it says 1 to 2 teaspoons of soy sauce. So we're gonna start off with 1 teaspoon and we'll do the 2 teaspoons. And then I'm just gonna give everything a stir. Okay, so I'm gonna give this a try. I really don't have anything to compare it to, so I don't know what it should taste like. So, good luck. It's like a warm little hug. I do like that. Nicely flavored in my opinion. Not too salty. I actually like this.
¿Por qué no agarras todo en un plato de aquellos específicos para que estén mejor y se coma bien ¿cómo se llama ese?
Bok choy.
El pak choy, córtalo en pedacitos, así porque lo cortas entero, te lo comes así grande y...
I really like this. It's giving like an elevated ramen soup.
No es tanto, déjalo. Oye, corto la de esta.